thank you all for tuning into Chris Codes. My name is Crystal and I'm back at it again with another video. And if you haven't already, you might as well go ahead and hit that like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. So I want to talk about something that's, what's the best word for it? Weird. Very, very weird topic. So as of yesterday, and I think it was yesterday or at least a few days ago, a ton of things were trending. So one of those things was Lil NAS X. I'm gonna insert a picture of him here. He dropped a new music video, and we're gonna be using our chestnut concealer. If I hadn't already put that in the video, if I did, I'm just gonna cut this out. But he was trending because he dropped a new music video, and that music video consisted of a lot of very inappropriate images and some symbolism, a lot that we're going to get into today, okay? Now, so I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to go in and blend it in with 2 fingers. I think it looks more like melted on, like right to your skin. So I like that. But yeah, so I'm going to insert a few clips about like I guess the symbolism of it all and what it entailed. But he was trending, the devil, so Satan was trending, all these different words, the Illuminati, whatever, all of that was trending a few days ago. And it was all because of the mess he stirred up with this music video. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm a Christian, and me personally, I don't agree with putting things into my spirit or allowing things to enter my spirit that's not the best for me. A lot of things we let enter us subconsciously, like when they talk about you listen to certain music and subliminal messages and things of that nature. Like, I look at it as the same thing when you're watching things that you have no business watching. Like if you're watching these like trash TV, like Love and Hip Hop all the time and all that, of course, like you're gonna become like these people. You're gonna be very confrontational. You're going to be very rude and nasty sometimes because that's what you're constantly looking at, these people being negative and being rude, and you think you're not going to do that. It's like having a bunch of people around you that curse all the time and think that you're not eventually going to start cursing. You know, you're hearing these words all the time, here and there. No, you know, we still live in the world. We're supposed to be in the world but not of the world, okay? So you're gonna hear people curse, you're gonna see people doing foolishness, but at the end of the day, you're not necessarily supposed to let it affect you. But if you're openly agreeing with something, so when I say agreeing with something, if I'm just gonna go searching for something and watching it, I'm agreeing to that. Like, I'm looking for that, I'm going and looking for this foolishness, okay? So with that being said, I did not watch the music video, but from what others said, I can get a gist. From what others said, I can somewhat get a gist of, you know, what's going on. So let's talk about the music video first. So apparently, throughout the music video, he's dancing or sliding down a stripper pole. Mind you, Lil NAS X, he's not that little. I think he's fairly tall. But anyways, like, he's sliding down a stripper pole that slides down into hell. Then he starts giving Satan a lap dance. Anyways, and from what I was told, it was a ton of symbolism in the video. So I'm going to just insert you like clips of what I saw people talking about, so you can kind of get a gist of what I'm describing, because as I said, I can't really speak too much on the video simply because I did not watch it. But I got a gist, so I'm going to give you all a gist, because if I didn't watch it, I'm not going to be posting that foolishness on my page. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and insert a few clips here, and we're going to go in with this concealer.
So the music video, guys, it starts off with Lil Nas X in the Garden of Eden, and he's at the base of this tree, at the bottom of a tree, and he's just sitting there. It looks like a feminine creature, and this serpent comes down the tree. A serpent with this evil, wicked-looking face, which is Lil Nas X's face, by the way. And the serpent seduces Lil Nas X. It's seducing him sexually. And so Lil Nas X gets up and he's like, oh, you know, serpent, it wants me. And the serpent pursues him in the garden and is chasing after him in the garden until Lil Nas X falls down on his back, and the serpent gets on top of him and inches his way down to his private area and licks him and licks Lil Nas X. Then Lil Nas X falls into the ground, into like, I guess, this judgment area. He's handcuffed and people are like, you know, throwing stones at him, or it looks like he's in this place of like, he's getting ready to be judged, I guess, where he's going. So then the next scene is Lil Nas X. He's going to hell. And he is literally, Lil Nas X has these stripper pants on, and he's twirling down a stripper pole to hell. He's taking the stripper pole to hell, twirling down this pole, twerking on this pole all the way down into hell. And he gets down into hell, and you see him walking with boots and little girly stripper pants on, and he walks to Satan's throne, where Satan is sitting on a throne of what, you know, the world has told everybody Satan looks like, the horns, he's red. And so now Satan is sitting on this throne, and Lil Nas X approaches Satan and proceeds to give Satan a lap dance. I am not kidding you. He gets on top of Satan. He's grinding all that on Satan in hell. And he gets up off of Satan, walks behind him, and then breaks his neck and kills Satan. And then Lil Nas X takes the horns off of Satan's head and puts them on top of his head. And his eyes glow with this fiery red. And then these wings shoot out his back, basically signifying Lil Nas X becomes Satan. Guys, that's like, to sum up what the video is about. I want to show you some of the lyrics of this video. We're going back to the beginning of the song. Here's one of the more disturbing lyrics. He says, cocaine and drinking with your friends. You live in the dark, boy. I cannot pretend. I'm not fazed. I'm only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can. And then all throughout the song, he's just talking about having sex with men and then wanting to have sex with men. Is really disturbing. And then he gets to this lyric, which I'm not even going to read it. I'll just pause it and let you guys read this for yourself. And you can figure out what he's talking about here in this lyric. So, God, very disturbing, highly disturbing. And what I'm saying is, there is a reason to call these things out.
Okay, so it's a few things that I'm not fond of. Well, it's probably more than a few things, but I'm being nice. So it's a few things that I'm not fond of in this music video. One, I don't know if whoever's going to be watching this, if they're familiar with this gentleman's music, but one of his like biggest songs, or what he's known for, is Old Town Road. And so many children watch Old Town Road. Like, they've seen this music video, they've sung this song, it's karaoke versions. I even do karaoke with my niece and nephew. Like, when I say this song is known by children, this song is known by children.
You know, I'm finna do the biggest show of my life, and it's gonna be great.
You're gonna surprise some kids?
Yeah, maybe.
Say that.
Possibly.
Say no more.
it's kind of sickening, like, because it's just like, okay, he was like this cookie cutter type rapper. He wasn't really like too bad. Now, if you dig into the Old Town Road song, he did state he was singing about adultery and sipping on lean, which is like it's a drug, you know. So he said, so you all let your kids listen to that, but you're upset now. I'll insert some of the tweets he said to kind of justify him posting this music video. But yeah, so he was basically saying, well, I sung about these things, but now you all let your children listen to this. So, oh, now you want to say, oh, now I'm putting this. Okay. So let me speak on that first. So you're comparing, you saying, I'm going to put the lyrics somewhere. You're saying you cheated on my baby. You can go and ask her. I guess that's what he says. And he says, lean all in my cup, or sipping on whatever, something about him sipping lean, whatever. I don't follow these people. But yeah, like at the end of the day, you're comparing that to you sliding down a stripper pole down to hell and giving Satan a lap dance. That's what we're just gonna compare those two. And then now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, oh, you know, we should be expecting these people to be a role model for children, but you're in the limelight and you're not supposed to lead people astray. Whatever you believe, you're not supposed to lead people astray. It was several tweets like of children saying, oh, if this is what hell looks like, then I want to go, and all this mayhem. It's like ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he's likes to pander and make things seem like it's not that big of a deal, but it is. It is a big deal. It's a big deal what you're putting out there in the world. And he can act like, oh, it's not what it seems, or it's not as serious as we are making it seem. But then explain to me. We're about to go there, okay? So explain to me why you're dropping a shoe. I'm going to insert the shoe and the facts on the shoe, but explain to me why you're dropping a shoe that has human blood in it. Whose blood? Whose blood that has human blood in it, Bible scripture on the side of it, and you're only saying 666 pairs? Coincidence? I think not. Okay, like, if you all look at like what's really going on here and all these artists and how everything is just becoming so like demonic, the music industry as a whole, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's not a secret. They're just blatant and out in your face, and everybody's just so cool with any and everything. We're not supposed to judge. And don't get me wrong, I don't think we should just go around judging people, but I do think a lot of things shouldn't be acceptable. And watching this grown man slide down the stripper pole down the hell should not be acceptable. And to the people think, oh, you're homophobic, or you're this and you're that, like, it's always it's this huge uproar about like homophobia and all that type of stuff, or this person's homophobic. What you do is what you do at the end of the day. But I just think it's odd how people want to force you to be okay with the things that they do. That's all I'm saying. People shouldn't, just like with certain religions, we can even go into like church and them wanting to get married in certain church home, like gay or whatever terminology people deem acceptable, because everybody's so touchy nowadays. But even in the churches, like, oh, you can't discriminate against me and my sexuality. If I want to get married in your church, I should be able to get married in your church. But These people's religion has been like this forever, for longer than we've all been around. How dare you, or who are you? Better yet, who are you to change what they do or how they operate or what their beliefs are? What? How does that even make any sense? And that's my thing. And it's like, I don't know how I'm like relating this to the whole Kurt Franklin situation with his kid, well, with his son, and like all that came out. But it's just like the sense of entitlement that's out in the world is wild. And it's not just with him, it's with so many other people. It's just like, you all feel so entitled to things. That's how we even have Karens to this day. And I know I'm like going in right now, but like, facts though. That's how we have Karens, because people feel like Soho Karen. I'll insert a clip of Soho Karen.
Basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism is, how is one girl accusing a guy about a phone a crime? Where is the context in that?
Mia,
what is the deeper
Mia,
story
it's
here?
not, that's not the problem. You have to at least understand your actions that day. You seem to have attacked this little boy, this young boy, this teenager. You seem to have attacked this teenager about the phone, and then it turned out he didn't even have your phone. That's the thing. I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
Enough. The hotel did have my phone.
I mean, I've shat on Gail myself.
We shat on Gail.
But I would never think of talking to them. Okay, Gail, enough. The amount of entitlement that you have to walk through life.
We did, son.
People feel like they can do whatever and say whatever, and you have no right to speak on it. This grown man, Lil NAS X, can drop this music video to all these kids that follow him, and he doesn't expect anybody to have a say, like to share their opinion on it, or people don't deserve to share their opinion on it, or if they do, they're homophobic. That makes no sense. That's like let's say you have like you have a donut shop, right? And someone comes in and they're like, hey, I want to buy some cake. We want some cake. We like cake. Well, unfortunately, when we first opened, we decided to sell donuts. Okay. We decided to sell donuts. And if you like some cake, you'd have to go somewhere else because we don't offer that here. Well, I like cake, so if I come to your establishment, I should be served cake. No, we don't offer, we only sell donuts here. We like donuts. We always like donuts. So we want to sell donuts. Just because you like cake doesn't mean we need to start selling cake. Just because you live your life a certain way, that doesn't mean everybody should have to accept it or conform to what you deem is okay. That's your business. The norm is the norm. That's why it's called the norm. Let me do my makeup. But you know what I'm saying? Do y'all know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't tell me, oh, you're this, you're that. Sweet, I've had gay friends. Okay? I have gay friends. Okay? I've had bi friends. Okay? We be in this, and it was in my church. Okay? Okay. But do you see, like, there's a difference between some people that are gay and others. Like, they just want to live their life, and like, if you feel some type of way, you feel some type of way, as long as you're not all in their face about it and stuff like that. It's okay. But that's, you know, and I don't have a problem with that, because I look at it as this: sin is sin. Sin is sin. So whether you're homosexual, whether you're a drunk, whether you're a liar, a pathological liar, or whether you gamble, you know, sin is sin. Does that mean that the drunk is not a drunk, or that people shouldn't be like, oh, he's a drunk? You know, that means we don't have a right to say that they're drunk. Even with you being born, and this is gonna be, I already can tell, like, this is gonna be one of the videos people judging. But if you judging, you judging. It is what it is. You know, I'm entitled to my opinion, and that's what I feel like people are failing to realize nowadays, that people are entitled to feel however they want to feel, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, people are entitled to feel the way that they want to feel. And the fact that people are trying to change that is what's scary. And that's why I feel like even more so that we're approaching the end of times, because things that would have never been accepted are accepted now. And I don't care how you want to twist and turn. I haven't even seen the music video, but just from people talking about it and describing this video, I don't need to. I know I don't need to. And the fact that, like, even this being aired is acceptable, it's kind of like, it's very questionable. It's very questionable. And I'm not going to leave out the Megan Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's that, you know, post the same type of foolishness. You know, it's just as bad. It's just as bad. But it's just so much more behind this because it's just like people are condemned, you know, people are condemned or just bashed for believing a certain thing or feeling a certain way. And I don't think that's right. And as far as Lil X goes, I hope he knows what he's doing, because it's all fun and games. It is all fun and games until what you think you're looking for comes. Because you don't understand what you be dibbing and dabbing in. That's people's problem. They don't understand what they get themselves into. It's all fun and games until you got to pay up. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my makeup. I'll let you all tune in while I do that. And then I'll be back with my final thought and my final look. with a very simple makeup look. I didn't feel like doing eyeshadow. You know, I really don't do eyeshadow, but you know, next Monday I will go all out for you all. But so not bad. Very natural look. I do my eyebrows. So, you know, it's really natural. Like, once the pandemic's over and, you know, we're not doing masks and stuff like that anymore, then of course I'll be wearing makeup more than I do now. So I'll probably be more into it. I'll be buying new products and all that. But until then, you know, your girl's keeping the cost low. Yeah. And yeah, so with my final thought, I know we went from Lil NAS X to like the world, you know, but it's just like, it's just becoming so apparent to me that the things that are normalized are so different. And I know everybody's all for change, and don't get me wrong, I don't think change is a bad thing, but in what direction are we changing to? We're modern day Sodom and Gomorrah at this point, and it's not okay. So you can live the way you want to live, you know, but if you feel like something's convicting you, or you feel like people are judging you, a lot of times it's you judging yourself, or you feel in your heart that something may not be right. But if you're living how you want to live and you seem like you don't care what other people think, and then do you. But don't expect everybody else to be okay with what you're doing, okay? And when it goes for Lil NAS X and these devil shoes, or who's ever blood inside the shoes, it's not the blood of Jesus. Like I said, like Livy T says, it's not the blood of Jesus in them shoes, you know? And with his music video and expecting everybody to just be okay with it, you know, I think this is a product of the times. Like, we're normalizing things that shouldn't be normalized. If you want to do your thing, your dirt, do your dirt. But it shouldn't be just out here in the public where we have to either choose to look or not to look, but it's dead smack in your face. So I'd advise you all not to even watch it. I say don't watch it. Don't partake in the foolishness. And this is a long final thought, but this was just a different type of Monday and a message, you know? And I say, in overall, the message is you just be very, very weary of what you're watching or what you're intaking in these times, because it's a mess out here, okay? It's a whole mess, and I'm not here for it. But again, if I get bashed, I get bashed. Or if people like feel some type of way about, if people feel some type of way about like the way I view things, it is what it is. But I'm not trying to judge you or tell you how to live your life. All I'm saying is, don't make anybody else feel bad for not being okay with it, okay? We're all different type of people. We all come from different walks of life. And at the end of the day, we'll all have our day on earth where it's our last day, and we find out what's at the end of the road. And at that end of the road, do you want to find out that it's a very hot place waiting on you? I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to go there. So just be very, very mindful. Be very, very mindful about what you're okaying, or what you think is okay, or what you think is cool, or if you're just going with the status quo, or what's deemed the norm now. Sometimes change isn't always best, especially depending on what's being changed. So I thank you all for tuning in to this Monday and a Message. And of course, I will be back with more videos. We're going to be dropping a special Wednesday wardrobe due to Easter. So I hope you all enjoy those looks. So come back Wednesday for our wardrobe in a Wednesday Easter edition. Thank you all again. And if you made it this far, you might as well go ahead and hit that like button, notification bell if you will, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back with some more videos. Bye.
Oh yeah.